Hi, I'm David of Cinema Scout Reviews, and today I'm reviewing the film Geo Storm.
Skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Now, Geostorm is a film set in the future about a world where natural disasters have become a lot more common and a lot more dangerous than they already are. So much so that it gets the world governments to come together to build a massive space station and a series of satellites around the world to control the world's weather to protect everyone from these natural disasters. So naturally, somehow America ends up in charge of this after this project's completed, and the main guy who created it is played by Gerard Butler. He's a bit of an arsehole, and that comes across quite a bit in the film, but you grow to love him as it goes along. His younger brother also works with the government in control of the actual program itself. He's a much more lovable character, and you kind of like him a lot more than his brother, but as I said, as it goes along, you kind of grow to love them both. Now, as you can imagine, with it being a disaster film, everything goes wrong at some point, and what happens is all of the satellites start to slowly malfunction one by one to cause these weather anomalies that normally would have occurred in nature, but because they're all controlled by the satellites, are now having to be caused by the satellites and made a lot worse than what they were before. Now, if enough of these weather anomalies actually occur, what happens is it creates something called a Geo Storm, which is supposedly a worldwide storm that keeps creating more storms and can never be stopped. So the general premise of the film is that they are trying to find out how this is happening and how to stop it. Unlike most disaster films that we've seen, 2012, Day After Tomorrow, San Andreas, this isn't as terrible as I was expecting, actually. 2012 probably one of the worst films I've ever seen. This is actually not too bad. I quite enjoyed it. The acting in it is pretty good. Gerard Butler, famous for quite a lot of films, but let's face it, the main one is Gladiator, which, who doesn't love that film? He's phenomenal in it, and the supporting cast as well. The rest of them are all absolutely amazing in this film, and I even think that some of the lesser roles were acted out really well. They've got a great cast together for this. Moving on to the special effects. The CGI in this film was phenomenal. The green screen work they must have done on this film was just fantastic. The CGI is second to none. There's not been as good a CGI in a film in quite a long time as this. The actual buildings and everything falling down, it's all pretty good in comparison to what most disaster films look like. Some terrible ones out there, and this one actually, although completely unrealistic, the actual effects of it all are pretty spectacular. The actual storyline of the film itself, although far-fetched, yeah, but it's still a very enjoyable film. I don't think there was a point where I was particularly bored at all. It's all quite kept me interested and going. It's not going to win an Oscar. It's not the best film in the universe, but as disaster films come, it was pretty good. There was one or two points where I was watching it and I kind of worked out what was going to happen before it happened, but all in all, it's a pretty good, enjoyable film. If you want a film to go and watch and not really have to concentrate on too much and just kind of watch it, or just kind of chill out and watch it, I would recommend this film. As I said, it's not going to blow your mind, but it's not going to bore you to death either at the same time. It's kind of middle of the line, watch it on the TV on a Sunday afternoon kind of film. You know, I wouldn't avoid watching it, but I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to watch it, if that makes any sense. It's what I would call if you've got nothing better to do film, but I wouldn't necessarily avoid it. Okay, so I will give this film probably about a 5 out of 10 rating. I enjoyed it, but not enough that I'm going to rush out to watch it again or buy the DVD or anything like that. I'm David. Thank you very much for watching.